Are you ready to take your passion or your hobby to the next level? Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Christina and this is Motherpreneur TV, where we kiss our excuses goodbye and cozy up to a life we love. Now my guest today is the amazing, wonderful, creative and also talented Eleanor Hendriks. Now Eleanor, she knows a thing or two about how to kiss your excuses goodbye or her excuses goodbye and how to take passion and hobby to the next level. Eleanor, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us and welcome to Motherpreneur TV.
Thank you. No, it's my pleasure.
Awesome. When I first heard about you and somebody mentioned you're a dancer, the first thing that popped in my head is, oh, ballet, tap, street, but you do something totally different. What kind of dancing do you do?
I do community engaged dance.
What is that?
So community engaged dance is working with dance in the community, bringing dance to people who don't necessarily think of themselves as dancers and get to discover what dance can bring to their lives.
So are we talking about ballroom dancing?
No, not necessarily. So it's sort of a fairly wide open field in the sense that I do creative dance. So I do creative choreography with members of the public who are interested. Could be children or seniors or, well, anyone who's interested in coming to the class. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes there are dances that have more structure that are known, that are offered in a community engaged context.
So have you always been, have you always been a dancer?
This kind of dancing, I would say I've been dancing since I was a child and have always felt very nourished and supported and in need of dancing. So it really satisfies a creative need that I have.
I also like part of your backstory. You are born and bred Canadian, but you spent 20 years. Where did you spend?
In France, Paris.
In France, I like it.
Yeah.
So did you do the dancing in Paris as well?
So in France, I've explored many types of dance and techniques, but it was really after my daughter was born and at the daycare that we had a dance therapist come into the daycare and work with the children. I discovered through her this school, this technique, this training program, and I sort of started to get involved first as a participant, and then I decided to do the training.
How old is your daughter now?
15.
Oh, so it's 15 years ago.
It's many years ago.
Yeah,
yes.
Really.
So that's when I discovered dance therapy and have thought a lot about how dance is very, like I said, essential and nourishing and really a part of human evolution and culture. So
now when you say this is an essential part of our culture, because I'm European as well, not French. When you came back, what's the main difference between the approach to community dancing from the French? How did the French take it and how do the Canadians?
In Canada, in Vancouver anyways, there are so many different kinds of dance that people have opportunities to try. A lot of cultural dances and also a lot of sports. So in France, there were people who were engaged in different sports, but here there's a sort of a much more athletic kind of sporty, outdoor kind of mentality. And in Paris, especially, very urban center, was much more sort of poetic, looking really at sort of movements that were tied to mythical sort of images and much more rooted in sort of cultural traditions, Belgium, French, Greek, Mediterranean culture. So coming here, there's so many different flows of and exchanges of culture, but they're, I would say, somehow offered in not quite rooted in the same way, I guess. I think what I've brought here is this poetry and movement, this idea dance as being not something that's only athletic or only just good for your body and getting your blood going and your energy flowing,
okay, yes.
but also something that has roots and deep roots in our different cultures, but isn't just a sort of a traditional dance shown in its folkloric sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're not reproducing dances in their sense of being folklore. We're sort of pulling out threads from our different experiences and different cultural experiences and diversity.
I've seen it.
To weave something
interesting.
totally new.
Yeah.
Totally new. Here's where we are today. So we've done the and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can kind of, yeah, exactly. The diagonal, 2, 3. Put on your sphagnum mask like this. Bounce, 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 slide and bounce. Back and here we go.
The goal of this choreography is to dance with the audience and tell the story of the bog, its evolution and its survival.
Back, back, back. And you have to try to grab me. Who'd like to walk on the bog?
Very interesting. So, very personal question. Do you earn
Sure.
money with what you do right now?
I am in the grant writing process.
Okay.
So there has been some money. I would say I'm not, it's a question of, well, making a living at it at the moment. I would say not yet.
Can I ask you, because you do this for such a long time, what, and now you decided, oh yeah, I go forward, I want to make it bigger, I asked for grants, I want to make a living with that. What were the reasons you were holding yourself back? What were your excuses you used?
Well, first of all, in France, I did make a living at it. I guess the idea is transferring to Canada has meant finding my public, and it's meant reframing what I do and using language that people understand here, because I was using a method that is already existing in France. So I was already a student of Franz Scholt-Billmann, and I was already carrying forward her work. So if I was in a new neighborhood, I already had a public. So here, the method is unknown, the work I do is unknown. In a way, invented what I do for the public here, which has different needs possibly, and also is attracted to sort of different, maybe slightly different, I don't want to say buzzwords, but possibly buzzwords, because essentially my message is exactly the same.
So
it hasn't changed.
You have to find your audience, and you have to play the game, but find your own words. You know, you have to market yourself.
Yeah, I guess marketing is something I'm not that knowledgeable about, but it's not my focus. But I guess there's something about communicating, absolutely. Communicating is, without a doubt, vital. And what I work on in dance is, in a way, communicative of not information, but of feelings and of experiences and sensations. I mean, that's what we're translating into the movements of our body and becoming aware of.
I mean, that's unfortunately the name of the game, isn't it? We can have the best product, service, passion, or hobby. If nobody knows about it, it means nothing, does it?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you asked me if I'm making a living at what I'm doing here in Vancouver, and I feel that what I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing community service. Actually, I'm offering what I love, and there are people who are responding. My group is growing, sort of very organically. We've had some opportunities to perform, and those, again, it's word of mouth. So there's something that's progressing and evolving at its speed. You know, in the meanwhile, I'll work and teach and do other forms of artwork and explore other venues.
Awesome. So this is also very important. Don't give up your day job if you have a passion. You have to build your reputation, your audience first. Very cool. And do you have another reason, or did you have another excuse why you held yourself back? Did you ever say to yourself, oh, I don't fit in or I'm not good enough? Have you ever had that?
I think it's more a question of timing than excuse. I've kind of feel like I needed a time to adjust. I needed time to transition, and I needed time for that click.
What was it? When did that come?
Well, the click, actually, it's true that what I'm offering here in Vancouver is different than what I did in France. In other words, I've taken, if you want to frame it in the sense of a next step, I learned a method, and there was a certain appropriate period of appropriating that method, and moving here and being kind of confronted with the incredible natural world here, the scenery, which is sort of absent in the urban Parisian landscape. And talking with people, I've made some incredible friendships here since I've moved back in the last couple of years, with people who have ecology and those experiences. And so really what happened was, about a couple of years ago, there was this connection, this click of the ecological concerns that I have and that I share with my fellow citizens, and the way I feel about dancing. So I've been working on dances for eco-literacy. I've been working on a sort of a concept, and it's progressively gelling or coming in, and there's a lot of experimentation. In my classes, I do experiment. I mean, some classes are fantastic and things just like, you know, you can feel that the energy all come together, and other times I'm sort of treading water, but my students, we all are there with the same feeling for creating together, so we're sort of mutually supporting each other, and I would say that
because for me it's important. I want this when did that come? When you said so that click?
Well, it came with meeting people. It really came with working with ecologists on projects. We presented some things at SFU and also at UBC in educational conferences, and I brought in choreography. I brought in a dance piece, and it was working with them. And from that moment on, I've thought, I don't really want to work in another way. I want to think about how the natural world impresses itself upon our bodies, and how we then can move forward with that and create beautiful movement pieces together. This is the sphagnum moss mask. So wherever you are sitting, if you want to join us and put on your sphagnum mask. Job, even these other encounters, even taking care of your family business, all tie together. Actually, there's not separate categories of like the passion is over here, and it all fits together and it all works to move you in the direction.
Because if it's meant to be, then it's
I mean, the love of something that you want to share. I mean, you will share it. It's not that it's meant to be. I mean, it's meant to be that you will share if that's what's motivating you.
Any tips you can share with our viewers on if you have a passion or a dream and you want to take the next step?
I would say, I mean, in the end, what are you doing except following that intensity? Well, and following that intensity, that what brings you joy, and sharing that. That's what you, with your children. Sometimes it's with your children. Sometimes it's with the public. Sometimes it's for money. Sometimes it's just free. But you're sharing.
So keep
something
on doing.
that
Your
just
big thing is just keep on doing what you do. And
absolutely, and get better at it too.
Right.
I mean, there is a level of
Nice.
skill, and that takes dedication and takes perseverance. Actually, I would say that it is easy to say, oh well, you know, I should just fold back onto a day job or something. But no, the day job is there as something that fits together with what it is that you are trying to do, which is
like it.
create
Yeah, like
and
that. That's awesome.
yeah.
Thank you. And then now where can we find you here in Vancouver?
Okay.
And then I let you go.
Good.
Go
No. It's been delightful. No, it's been wonderful.
Where can we find you? And I
Come
want
to
to
Trout Lake Community Center on
Cool.
Saturdays, 2 to 3:30. It's an open class. It's for everyone. It's a really diverse group, fantastic. Sometimes we have parents and kids. We have some seniors. We have a really great group, and it's really the fact of it being so diverse
And you
that
don't-
makes it interesting.
You don't need to call up. You
No.
don't need to just show up.
So
Easy.
Trout Lake, the community centers prefer that you sign up through their website, that you register, but the class is free. And otherwise you can drop in and then simply go to the desk. And
Perfect.
it's easy, very easy.
Eleanor, you have been fantastic. Thank you
Yes.
so much for giving me your time and your information. That's awesome. Happy dancing to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You should come.
I
You should
will.
come. Yeah.